There it is. Hi y'all, it's Kate, Kate's Garden Chicken and Cat Rambles. Got my microphone on, so I hope you hear me. Today, I don't know how this is going to come out because I am filming on my iPhone 7. Yep, I still use an iPhone 7. The battery is really won't hold the charge for really long. I mean, for a day, but anyhow, I was never an iPhone person. I was always an Android person, but when my last Android went kaput, the cheapest upgrade at that time, which was several years ago, probably 4 or 5, was the iPhone 7. So I thought, I'll try it. And I could get it in rose gold, which is like my favorite color. But anyway, well, next to red is my first favorite color. So really enough rambling about that. I typically film on my brother's old iPhone 10. And yeah, I'm due for an upgrade of regular phone, but this one just fits in my small hand so perfectly. But anyhow, I did it. Look, can you tell? I mowed in here. Came out about 10:30 this morning, and it was 75, but there was a nice breeze. It was cool, and I just said, screw it. I'm gonna come out here and get this mowed down. And while it was cool enough that I could come in here, and I put all their purple chairs and their feeder and all that kind of their stump and all that stuff up on the pallet, piled all their little wood pieces there, except for those in that corner. There's still some buried mesh there, and I just didn't want to catch it with the mower or deal with it. So I just came out, and I mowed it like at a 3. I probably should have did it a little higher, but I really don't care if this shit back here burns up. I really don't. But Moira, because I did go around the outside edges, and I ended up doing the whole yard wet or not, they have been having a field day, all of them. A little breezy today, so the heat is not as bad, but chickens love to scratch around. Do you mind? They love scratching around in shavings, in lawn clippings. Ooh, I forgot to put this one back together. So, anywho, they of course all ran. I opened up the side of the fence where I'm standing now. There's this little gate. Shrink this back down. There's this little gate here, and it can be open for me to go in and out, and with a small mower, or if I need to bring in limbs or something like that. But I attach it to this other post here, which I'm gonna have to just bear with me. I'm trying to do this while holding the camera under my arm. And anyhow, trying to close this back up. Probably need a newer zip tie. I like using these green ones again because they're for the garden, and they're soft and they're reusable. But anyway, I came in and went through with the mower. Of course, they were freaked out, but except for Marigold. I don't know if it's just because she's old or if she's just a fearless little girl, but I had to drive at her to get her to move. She was just like, oh, I'm not scared of that. Or she's just old and dumb. But anywho, garden's doing well. I came out and watered everything at the base because we didn't get any rain yesterday. This morning all the grass was still wet from dew, I'm sure. I had pulled up one of the green bean plants the other day because it didn't even have babies on it. But these they're looking worn, but they still got some blooms and baby green beans, so I'll leave them. Potatoes, I'm giving another week or two and they'll be getting dug up. But everything else is doing fine. Watermelon fine. Blah, 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 blah. So there's everybody under their shade area. Poor Marigold. I don't know what it is about the little redhead, but these guys just love her. So Paul's when he gets home this afternoon, he's going to have to help me hold her. He's going to have to hold her while I put a dress on her. She hates dresses, but we all used to. I actually put one on today. I look like a big fat fluffy whipped cream topping like you see on your drink at Starbucks. But anyway, it's cooler. So anyway, I got everything mowed, and I said to hell with it. You can see kind of the dark spots. That's where the wet grass. I just cleaned out the mower mowed, cleaned out some of the wet grass, and kept on going. So anyway, but I'm proud of myself for getting it done. There's a few places I could not get the mower in and around with the deck could go through, but the little rubber thing that hangs off the deck that, you know, directs where the grass blows, it made it too wide. So there's a few places I'll go through with the squirrel weed eater. So I got 4 eggs this morning, maybe a couple more coming, we'll see. Marigold is a little weirded out by her new floor, and I think that is just because she's never walked on something like that. So I threw some more shavings in, and her food was in there, and this morning she had been eating on it, so I knew she'd gotten down on it, but when I let her out, she kind of flew out. There she is over there having snacks. This thing doesn't do with the light well. It's an old camera, old phone, but come out and take a look at my wildflowers, and I noticed they were all pretty much of a certain color scheme, and it made me think about something I learned at the National Botanical Gardens in DC when they were having a big show and thing with all their different orchids. They were talking about how, and they had photos of it, orchids, all the different patterns and colors of orchid, the insect that's most attracted to that orchid looks almost like the orchid, similar patterns, and I'm sure that has to do with more with maybe mating, or I don't know how the whole thing works, but that they're moths and butterflies and hummingbirds and things that are attracted to certain things. Some of them are attracted because it looks similar to them. So I wondered if that's why I have so many oranges and yellows in here. Oranges and yellows with a little bit of reds. I wonder if that has to do with the colors of monarch butterfly. Because, you know, orange and yellows and a few dark colors. But I don't know, since this is a mix for monarchs, but look how beautiful they are. Last of the lilies still hanging in there. Deep purple on the hydrangea. Gosh, I love them. I wish my oldest one had bloomed, but I need to get busy taking some cuttings off of that. But when I came out here to mow, over here I used my little push mower. It worked great. And I startled a big dove and 3 small mourning doves. So there must be, maybe they're nesting under there somewhere, which is brave and awesome if they are, because, you know, Chaos likes to sleep in the garden. But anywho, a nice breeze. I did put a sweater on because I didn't want to get bit by mosquitoes, but just loving this. Loving these wildflowers. So anyway, everyone's doing great. I got the lawn mowed. Everything moved around. Maybe it'll cool off later and I can come sit out in the swing. But I'm going in. I have fried green tomatoes on the stove, so I got to get going. You guys have a great weekend. Love you. Thank you, and welcome to all any new subscribers. Please like and share. Bye, y'all.